Hi, everyone. Today's legislative update is on the subject of licensure examinations. Professional regulation has been in various ways the subject of increased scrutiny during the coronavirus pandemic. And one development we've observed is a challenge to the need for examinations as part of the licensure process. For example, in August of this year, Illinois' governor signed into law Senate Bill 1632, which eliminated the requirement that applicants for licensure as a social worker pass a competency examination. There's still an exam requirement for those seeking licensure as a clinical social worker, but no longer now at the baccalaureate level. Notably, this bill passed through both chambers of the legislature without a single dissenting vote. And to provide a general foundation to this issue, examinations are a common criterion for licensure in numerous professions in the U.S., including everything from human medicine to veterinary medicine, architecture, cosmetology, interior design, and many, many others. And other criteria typically include an educational component, possibly an experience requirement, and in some professions, an evaluation of one's character or fitness to practice. Many have questioned why both an education and an exam are required, maybe not understanding the very different roles that these two criteria play. Briefly, an academic program allows students to develop learning skills and demonstrate their mastery of various subject matters over a multi-year period, as well as measuring their knowledge against that of their classmates. Conversely, an entry-level competence exam measures the individual's knowledge at a fixed point in time to ensure that they are prepared to safely practice their chosen profession. And that competence is measured simply on a pass-fail basis and only against themselves, not against anyone else. Those who develop these exams employ a rigorous process to ensure that the exams are developed using valid psychometric standards and that they reliably measure competence, which is not something required within an academic program. And an understanding of these nuances is not something that we can reasonably expect elected officials to have, which is why the legislative process typically entails various levels of analysis, including consultation with experts, testimony on both sides of the debate, the opportunity for the public to comment, etc. And now, while I'm not privy to exactly what occurred throughout the matriculation of this particular legislation, which incidentally progressed from introduction to signature by the governor in just 161 days, I would hope and expect that the legislators consulted with the State Board of Social Work. In Illinois, professional regulation follows a departmentalized approach whereby the boards are advisory only, meaning that the regulatory boards make recommendations to the Department of Financial and Professional Regulation for final approval and implementation. And this type of regulatory structure may thwart the ability of the board to make best use of its expertise, which is why they exist. In any event, this legislation goes into effect on January 1st, effectively relying solely on the educational system to demonstrate entry-level competence for social workers. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned for more legislative updates to come.